Hey everyone, welcome to this morning's Big Brother 25 chat.
Good morning. Hi.
We're going to be talking about Sunday night's episode. It's episode 31.
We've been through the weekend.
It's been a crazy but excellent weekend. And now it's time to catch up on BB.
It's Monday morning and I'm awake.
Yes. So, last time.
Well, first of all, it's episode 31, daughter.
Last time, Cameron was evicted and he became the first member of the jury.
Of the DK crew.
Woo! Yeah, so Cameron has finally been evicted. I feel like this has been a weeks-long eviction process from the first time he was evicted.
It's like in Austin Powers. Will you die already?
Obviously, we don't want him to die.
No.
Just need to say that.
Yes.
Because we don't need people...
No.
Whatever. But yeah, he was in the house for a long time after he was evicted the first time.
So if you remember, the last minutes of the last episode was these crystal shards coming up from the table.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even put it on the floor. They couldn't move the freaking table and put this on the floor.
I thought it was fun on the table.
It was supposed to look like it was...
Well, has that been confirmed? We don't know if it was a crash landing from space or if it was coming up from the ground.
Those crystals look like they were coming up from the ground. But Julie said it was a crash landing.
Oh.
Where was the hole in the ceiling?
We need to do a little research here and figure that out.
It's like when you watch a movie and it's like, I've never seen them go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
It's like, just watch the movie.
There's no way that Jack Bauer didn't have bathroom time on 24.
Exactly. Alright, so they made such a big stink about this crystal thing.
Well, it's supposed to be the lead-in to Comic Verse Week. Woo!
It got as much play as the freaking garbage bag monster in the first...
The Nether Gorgon?
The Nether Gorgon.
When are we going to see the Nether Gorgon again?
Did they get this thing at a freaking BB Can yard sale or something?
Maybe.
They found it on the side of the road because BB Can was like, we don't need this piece of crap anymore.
Oh.
Let's let BBUS have it.
I liked the effect of the crystal. I think they could have done more with it.
They could have done more.
They could have, but it was fun.
But it was like a bad Saturday Night Live sketch. It ended awkwardly. Sketch. It ended awkwardly.
Well.
You can leave now.
Yeah. The Comic Verse ball starts throbbing, and everyone's like, oh my god!
When those balls start throbbing, you know it means trouble.
Gross. So.
That's on you.
So they were all going back downstairs and waiting for their note to come back in.
Send it through the old... They must have got this air tube thing from an old post office.
I think the air tube
went out
is
of
fun.
business.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So they're waiting, and they find out.
Oh, invisible HOH?
There's going to be multiple superpowers this week.
Oh.
Yeah. First up, that invisible HOH.
What does that mean? Kids, it means that you got to keep your mouth shut.
Well.
Because somebody is the secret HOH.
You don't have to keep it a secret.
But you should.
Or you should. And you can. But, you know, depending on who wins.
That's cool, but the real takeaway here is that the current HOH for this week can play next week, too.
Wow. That is huge.
That's a huge safety.
Right. So that gives whoever wins this HOH the opportunity to make a humongous move and still be able to play next week and, you know, try to keep yourself safe.
Well, Felicia and Suri, they are feeling like, hey, we're finally sitting pretty here because we're weak sauce. Let's face it.
They figure, okay,
we're not a threat.
Whoever wins this HOH has the opportunity to make a humongous move this week. They're not just going to put us up on the block and go for us, right? Somebody's going to want to make a big move, so that wouldn't be us. That's what they're thinking.
When it comes to physical comps, these two are like fish out of water. They're just flopping around on the deck. They can't do too much.
I mean, I will say, I
feel them. They're like my age.
Felicia gives it her all, but
she does.
She just can't compete physically with these dudes that are like...
With the young bucks.
In their late 20s, early 30s, whatever.
They're going boing, boing,
yeah.
boing, and the other one's just flopping around.
Suri... I don't think she's giving it as much of an effort. But, you know, again, how is she supposed to go up against these dudes?
I feel like she's she's thinking to herself, well, I made jury. Whatever happens, happens. If I can pull this off, great. But, like, I'm not going to put a whole lot of effort into this.
Yeah, I think she's realizing, like, I'm not going to win this. Why am I doing this?
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, so.
It's time for the HOH comp.
Ooh.
And it's BB Comics.
For the first time ever as an HOH competition.
Oh!
Yeah, I mean, this is traditionally a POV comp, but they were like, we're going to kick off Comic Week. We're going to make this an HOH. And I was a little bit disappointed by that.
I'm a lot disappointed by that.
Yeah, I feel like this competition should have been something that everyone had an equal opportunity to win.
But no.
When they did the Invisible HOH for BB Can, they were like, wasn't it the one where you're like counting rocks on a conveyor belt?
Something like that.
So that gives everyone a shot. But
Yeah.
this, I mean, it was definitely going to be won by someone really athletic.
A young buck.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know how BB Comics works. You got to go across the zip line.
You gotta, be a peeping Tom through the window. You gotta see all, 16?
All the comics.
Of the comics stacked up, and you gotta replicate that in this little set.
Right. You got to put
in
them all in
order.
the correct order.
And the best ones. We want our strongest boys up front. We don't want the mistakes.
Right, because there's 2 different versions of each comic.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to spot the difference and put the correct one on the display.
They forgot to throw the mistakes away.
Oh my goodness. So let's talk about everybody's comics.
All right, well, what did you think of the Bowie Rang?
I mean, so they're going for the Australian vibe, right? Because, like, what else are you going to do? Bowie hasn't really done much.
I would have made her into a kangaroo.
That's fun, but is that, like, too much?
No.
Okay. Everybody's talking about those
her
teeth.
little pigtails are like
yeah, like
the
little
ears.
Yeah, I could see that. But everybody's always ragging on her teeth.
She's got beautiful teeth. I wish I had beautiful teeth like that, and I'd walk around.
You do. You got those chompers.
They're all mine, baby.
All right, Cameron.
Zombie Cameron.
Well, he was like raising the dead.
Big Bertha.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Kayak Attack Felicia.
I mean, there's so much you could do with Felicia. I was fine with this.
I don't know if I would have went Kayak. That one little.
I feel like whenever somebody has a costume, they try to bring the costume back because they want to really.
They get out the defibrillator.
They're like,
paddles and
remember
try
when
to
we
revive
had them in a
it."
costume? Crazy, but there was a lot you could do with Felicia.
I think Suri Robot.
That's
was
one of my favorites.
On point.
That is one of my favorites because she is
Yeah.
always in that gray robe.
A lot of people are though.
Yeah, there's been a lot of robes this
Were
season.
those BBUS issued robes?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think everybody got together and said, "Guys, let's bring gray robes."
So many of the guys have those like gray and white, like
Mm-hmm.
I can't describe it, like not speckled, but
Marled?
marled robes.
You think they're from Target?
I don't know, but like, did they give them to the guys?
They must
Where'd
have.
that come from?
They're probably like, we don't want this looking sloppy in here. Let's give everybody the same thing. So
Maybe,
yeah.
or maybe just because it's always colder in there than people expect. But
They probably had to take away a lot of people's stuff.
like, it
I
didn't
thought I
fit
heard,
in the.
or it had like branding on it.
That's
or
what
something.
I mean. Like, it didn't fit in the guidelines.
Because I thought Izzy said that they took away like half of her clothes. Or
Oh
something.
my god. Yeah, I mean, they got to camera test everything.
Yeah.
But before we move on, I just want to say overall, the artists always do such a fantastic job with these comics.
Mm-hmm.
They always look amazing.
They
Even
do.
if you don't enjoy, like, the theme of the comic, I just feel like they do such a great job.
They do. It's impeccable.
Yeah.
All right, so Hisam.
Nice.
I'm surprised they didn't throw it right. And
Yeah,
then-
right? That
Was
would have
he
fit
even
well.
on the show? It seems like so long ago.
It feels like an eternity since Hisam was on the show.
All right, Blues, Kitty Purr.
Kitty purr.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this one made sense. It felt right.
All right, branding. Next.
I
She
can't
came
with her,
in like
though.
that, so.
Kitty purr, boots down, blah, blah, blah.
Miss
It's too
Garl.
much. It's too much.
Kirsten. We hardly knew Kirsten.
Yeah, we didn't really know her that well, so okay.
Cockadoodle Zoom Jag.
Again, they're bringing back the costume.
Poultergeist Matt. That's
I like
pretty
that.
fitting.
Yeah, I like that.
I haven't seen Matt in the pool a whole lot, though.
I mean, I
He
feel
must
like,
be getting soft.
well, there's been a lot of talk online about, you know, Matt and some of the other house guests gaining weight. Like, leave them alone.
I'm not saying that he gained weight. I'm saying that his muscles are probably like, I need a really good workout.
Well, yeah, I feel like, okay, so he's planning on being in the next Summer Olympics. I hope he's going to have enough time to, like, train and, like, get back into it. But,
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next up, Night America.
She's like a vampire.
Weak.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Also, well, we'll get to him. But next up was Dizzy Izzy. I liked hers.
The flute was cool and everything, but why dizzy?
Because it rhymes. And she's making people dizzy with the music.
Oh.
Like, the music had some sort of trance effect or something.
Like, was she some sort of a St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland?
Yeah, along those lines.
All right.
Driving the snakes out of the BB house.
I don't get albacore at all.
I mean, it's supposed to be like albacore tuna, but, like, I don't think he even likes tuna. I thought he was saying that on the feeds. He was like, I don't even like eating tuna.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
He's so bland. I guess they, you know.
They didn't want to make him Mayo Man. He's bland.
Yeah, got it. I don't think mayo's bland at all.
Well, I don't like mayo.
You're eating the wrong mayo then, honey.
I don't know. But yeah, Jared, Muffin Hands.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah.
We called that. Mm-hmm. Chill Billy. That was a good one.
I mentioned in the spoiler, this was one of my favorites artistically. I think he's going to be really happy with that comic.
I think so too.
It was cool.
Miko Lamity. Yeah.
Sure.
I would have gone with Mikoma.
Yeah, well, I guess they didn't want to do that. But like Corey was saying in the episode, the way that she went out, that was fitting.
Yeah. And Nash villain Riley.
It's weird that they made her a villain when she was like the nicest person and everyone loved her. They're still obsessed with Riley in there.
I think they just went with Nashville and they're, all right, let's make her a villain.
I mean, I guess they didn't have that much to go off of because she wasn't there that long.
Yeah.
But oh my god, these guys, like Matt, Jag, they're still like, what if Riley came back? Wouldn't that be crazy?
Get over it.
Oh god.
All right, so let's get to the comp.
All right. This competition, I felt like, took up 80% of the episode. And it was like, it was too much because they kept showing like the differences between the comics over and over and over again. And like, we've seen it, we know, but they really stretched it out. Like
somebody had a nice weekend. Well, it was Columbus weekend, whatever. That
wasn't. That was last weekend.
Whatever. Somebody had a nice little vacation in the middle. They said, oh, can't take this anymore. Can we just do like a little filler show?
Yeah.
So Felicia went first, and they showed her time was 1846.
Honestly, I felt like we watched Felicia's entire run, and then everybody else, like, usually if they highlight somebody and they have the person walk through it, whatever, and, like, really talk about it in the diary room, they'll, like, truncate everyone else's a lot. But I felt like we saw so much of everyone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I appreciate Felicia's commentary, so I'm fine with her being, like, the headliner here.
Felicia's was it was like, oh, let's do this, and then put the time, and then the rest of them, they didn't show the time until after it was completed.
They were like, all right, we know Felicia didn't win.
0% chance of winning.
Yeah.
All right, she was 18 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah, I have to say, we were talking about this earlier, the drop after you finish the zip line, you got to fall onto that crash mat.
Wasn't it looked like it was at least 8 feet.
It looked really high up.
My knees would have been snapped off.
Yeah, that had to hurt, dropping that far over and over and over again.
Do you think they gave them tips, like, before the comp?
I'm sure they were like,
bend your knees when
yeah,
you're
like, don't fall on straight knees, because that's really going to hurt, and you might dislocate your knees.
Yeah.
I'm sure they
don't need any lawsuits.
No.
I'm
sure they've signed waivers that wouldn't be a thing.
All right, so Matt, I guess he did okay.
Yeah, I mean, you can never really tell from the edit.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a catastrophic fail.
They set Blue up to look like she took forever.
I mean,
she got so many wrong. She had to go back like a million times.
Yeah. Also, another thing, just overall, I felt like everyone except for Matt was going so fast on the zip line. Take your time.
Yeah.
You can go slow and really look at more stuff.
They wanted that wee factor.
I guess, but Matt was a smart one. He went slow on that zip line. Barely pushing off.
Corey did okay.
Yeah, he did okay.
He did okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Suri really sucks at this. Let's face it.
This wasn't her competition.
No. I think she did even worse than Felicia.
Bowie's trying to knock over my laundry basket. Sir, wait.
Suri hated the dropping.
She did.
She probably has bad
her.
knees, you know?
I can't
like
blame
me.
her. She might also be afraid of heights. Bowie,
That's true.
where are you going?
He said, I gotta get in.
Yeah.
Jag went super fast.
Yeah, he was flying. Cockadoodle zoom.
Yeah. America, she was trying to memorize 4 at a time, but I don't really think that was working out too well for her.
Yeah.
She was exhausted, you know, after all was said and done.
Mm-hmm.
So the winning time, we find out, is 8.5 minutes.
Oh, that's pretty fast. So they didn't tell us right away who won.
No one's claiming, you know, because Big Brother announced to the room this was the winning time, and everybody knew their individual
Yeah, they
times.
all heard their times separately. So
They showed the times. I didn't write it down because I give 0 Fs about this.
well, it was interesting.
And I was tired.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to rewind.
Leading into this competition, Corey was all with America, Matt, and Jag, and Corey was like, all right, if any of us wins, like, we all have to tell each other.
Right.
We have to be honest with each other, right? Because these 4 are supposed to be super tight together. And they're all like, yeah, whatever. So then when the time comes...
Did you win? Did you win?
Yeah.
Did you win? You win?
Nobody's speaking up.
Nope.
So Corey and America are like, what's going on here?
Yeah, everybody was telling their times, and Jag said that his time was 9 minutes.
Wasn't he like, oh, I don't remember, at first or something?
Was he?
I don't know.
know.
He's being really shady about it. But because everyone assumes that it's going to be a physical threat winning this competition, Corey and America are like, all right, well, Matt and Jag would tell us. So was it Blue? Did Blue win?
So Jag is really trying to deflect to Blue.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just going to put it on Blue. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And people are getting really sussed out by Blue. But Suri and Felicia, they know what's up.
They think it's Matt, Jag, or Corey. I would never think it was Corey.
Yeah.
But Bowie actually thinks that Blue may be putting on an upset act.
Right, because she's like crying, and Blue has been known to fake cry in this house. So they're like, is she just putting on a show here? Is this legit? What's the deal?
Her time was in, what?
It was like 15 something, and
yeah.
everyone was like, that sounds fake. They thought that that was way too high.
Yeah.
So they weren't buying it.
No.
But it really was not great.
So then we finally find out, thanks Big Brother, that Jag is a secret HOH.
I mean, we had a good feeling it was going to be Jag, right?
Try and keep your mouth shut for 5 minutes. Nope,
impossible.
He runs and tells Matt.
They have to have their little Minutemen celebration, of course. Right. And they make the decision to not tell anyone else yet, right? They found out at night who won. Mm-hmm. And then Jag only told Matt about it that night, and then the next day was when he started freaking spilling.
So Jag runs to Corey in America.
I won! And Corey and America are like, yay! But on the inside, they're kind of like, wow, so you let us be freaked out for like 12 hours before you told...
Jag's should not really be worried about building trust this late in the game.
Yeah, I mean, he's... like, I want to tell everybody because if I don't put them up on the block, I want them to know that I did not put them up on the block, right? He wants to be like, hey, if you win HOH next week, maybe don't put me up because I didn't put you up. But at this point, people are just trying to get to the end, right? They don't care if you didn't put them up. If you're a threat to them, they're going to target you instead.
This week is set up with the duplicity, veto and everything to really F up the game.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't really keep your allies safe if, like, 2 people potentially could be coming down.
There are a lot of factors here, but basically, Jag was like, I'm going to play this safe. They have the nominations, and he puts up Felicia and Blue. His target this week is Blue,
Felicia's
which
pissed.
feels lame.
Felicia is pissed. She's like, what the frick are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, she was expecting to have an easy week here. She was not planning on going up on the block. She figured somebody would be making a big move.
She's never, ever planned on going up on the block. Every single time that she's been nominated, she's been pissed.
Well, this is her 5th time now. Oof, that's a lot. That's exhausting.
What a stupid waste of a superpower.
Well, Blue was also like, why am I on the block? She has been told so many times by so many people that Matt and Jag are going to be targeting her.
Mm-hmm.
And she has this blind trust with them.
I want to trust Matt and Jag.
I think it's Corey.
Yeah, exactly.
So she needs to wake up. But yeah, she's trying to figure out, like, who nominated me? What is this?
What do you think of Jag's final 5 of him, Matt, Bowie, Suri, and Felicia?
I mean,
You think it's got legs?
I knew that he was going to want that because Matt and Jag assume they're just going to beat Bowie, Suri, and Felicia at the end competitions, which they probably will. Mm-hmm. And they'll just be able to walk to the final 2 together. I think it's lame as a viewer. Yeah, I think it's lame to watch entertainment-wise, but I get why that's what he wants. It is a strategy,
but will the tables get turned? Will the turns get tabled?
There's some stuff in the works with this BB Power of Multiplicity coming up. So if you want to know beforehand, make sure you're watching the spoiler today. We got a lot to talk about later. Mm-hmm. And if not, we'll see you for tomorrow night's episode.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think about all this.
Thanks for letting us sleep last night.
Yeah, thank you.
It was a long weekend.
Yes. And until next time.
Until this afternoon.
That's right. Until today's spoiler.
Much love.